WhiskyJason here, Whiskey Live Dublin 2023, together with
Woody Kane from Royal Oak Distillery. I'm the global brand ambassador for the Busker Irish Whiskey.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Irish whiskey and especially the Busker.
Yeah, last time I saw you was about 5 years ago.
Easily was. You were at the distillery. We had a good old chat back then and a good few sups.
Very, very good. So, very good. Happy to see you again. You doing good?
Yeah, all good. Busy, but that's always great.
So you get to travel more, I think.
So I'm, because I'm global brand ambassador now, I'm doing a lot more travel. Recently, my last trip was Australia, South Korea, and then Japan. So I arrived back then on Thursday from that, exhausted, and then came straight here, ready to rock and roll, giving whiskey to the masses.
Friday,
you know.
Saturday. Very good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the products. So what's the standard entry level product?
So
here
our
for
entry
Busker?
level is
Tell me what a Busker is, because I'm a dumb American.
Perfect. So the Busker is the street performer. You might know it as a street performer. And we sort of took a look at that concept because Ireland is full of buskers.
Yes.
And the one thing about a busker is if you are going to busk, you are not going to do it and think you're going to make a full living on it. If you expect to do very well, you're going to die homeless and hungry. But what it's really about...
Like a musician usually does.
That's usually, yeah. So what it is for us is the busker is the person who's got a quality to offer.
Yeah.
Whatever that be, if it's music, it could be singing, it could be prose, whatever. They offer that to the people that are around them, and you notice the busker always gathers a crowd.
Yeah.
So the concept of that was very strong with us because we know we've got a great quality to offer. So the other side of the busker is, of course, the ones we do know. Gavin James, you've got Declan O'Rourke, you've got Dermot Kennedy, you have Glenn Hansard, you've got even Bono and The Edge from U2. They all started off busking, and we have an honour to each of those on the bottle. And how you see that is by thinking of what they did. They started off just where they were, on that street, but they were bold enough and adventurous enough to go beyond that. So to do that, they had to travel. And nowadays it's only a boarding pass, you get scanned, but back then you had a physical ticket which you handed over, it was ripped and handed back to you. And that rip let you know you were on your way.
Yes.
So on every single bottle that you see here, there is a rip just right there on the label. And that's
very old school, but I love it.
Yeah, it's an honour to all of those that did that. Because if we look now, those buskers of the past, they were bold and adventurous enough to go beyond that one street that they played on, and they brought that quality to the world.
All right, very good.
So this is exactly what we're doing here with the Busker Irish Whiskey.
We
know we've got every single drop of liquid that we have in our bottles is from Royal Oak Distillery.
So you can make pot still, you can make single malt, and you can make grain whiskey
and single grain as well.
I'm one of the very few distilleries that can make all three at one place.
So we're actually the only distillery in Ireland that make all three and release it to the public.
That's important, right?
Yeah. So we're the only ones that have a brand out, the Busker Irish Whiskey, and every single drop is our own. So when you look at the blend, for instance, we have a blend of all three styles, and every single drop is still our own liquid. We don't beg, borrow, or steal from any other distillery. So look, it's something precious, it's something special, it's something we're proud of making. And just as the Busker gathers a crowd, that's where we want to be. We want to be among those crowds. So I always say, if you're celebrating, the Busker's here for you. If you're commiserating, something sad happens, the Busker's there to help cheer you up. And if nothing is happening, after a few buskers, something's going to happen. So you're always going to get it. That's one way you're dead right.
The price in Ireland?
So you're looking at about €30. 30, 34, depends on where you go. Fantastically priced, and the quality is absolutely amazing.
Good.
So you're looking at a nice, gentle, easy, very approachable whiskey. And taste profile here, we're looking at some tropical, a little bit of banana and maybe even pineapple on the nose. Palate, I always find it like a creme brulee. It's got a bit of sweetness in there, but it's also got that beautiful sugar sort of feel to it. And it's so gentle going down, you're ready for the next drink nearly immediately. You're going, you know what, I liked it so much, I'm having another.
ABV?
So this one is 40.
Right.
So
and the cask are predominantly bourbon?
Here we have bourbon, we have sherry, and we have marsala.
Yeah, that was the important thing.
So that's the difference here, the marsala. And because the overarching owners of the Busker Irish Whiskey and Royal Oak Distillery is Ilva Sonono, and they own Cantina Florio, which is the oldest winery in Sicily from 1833, and that is the Marsala area. So we get the finest, freshest casks directly from the distillery straight over to us for influence in both our single grain and, of course, our blend.
Very good. So let's move to the second one.
Sure. So we've got a pot still. Now, pot still, as you know, it's a mash of malted and unmalted barley. And what you're going to get here is as different to other Irish whiskies that you might have had in the past, or other whiskies as well. You get this beautiful spice note in here and a lovely oily feel. That's all coming from that unmalted barley that we have in this. It's fantastic. This one you're looking at maybe off the shelf €40, around that price. Here we're talking chocolate orange on the nose. You're moving into more depth when it comes to the palate. So we're talking a little bit of petrichor notes, so very natural feel. You're also looking at more depth, Manuka honey, Demerara sugar. You're moving over to a little bit of, perhaps you're looking at something which is more figs, more dates. That sort of a side of the life is what you're looking at with this one.
Very good. Also 40%?
This is 44.3.
See? Very, very
so
good.
we're lifting it up a little bit.
And the
Fantastic.
casks involved here are the same?
We're looking at a bourbon and an Oloroso sherry cask for the influence on this pot still.
Thank you. Good, then we'll move over to number 3 here. We have our single malt.
So our single malt, 100% malted barley to start. What we have here is when we begin to take this to the nose, you're more fruit dominated. So you get some pear, some apple. You also get a bit of elderflower and lovely fresh notes in here. Palate wise, we're back to those beautiful fruits again, more summer fruit. And of course, our influence here, as it was with the last one, is your bourbon and your Oloroso sherry. So you're going to get that sweetness coming from the bourbon, and you also get the fruit notes coming from your sherry, really influencing this, and leaving you on the end with a nice luscious fruit feel. Now you're looking again 44.3%.
Very good. Double distill, triple distill?
Triple. We only do column and triple distillation at Royal Oak Distillery.
Very, very good. Excellent. And price point also around 40?
Around 40 mark.
And last but not least, we have here our grain.
So our single grain is a beautiful single grain. What we're looking at here, we've got bourbon and we have Marsala cask influence. So this one is sweetness in abundance, but it's not sickly sweet. We're very careful on our cask program. The Marsala cask, while we get some fantastic Marsala casks, you still have to watch over them. Leaving it too long will bring a sickly sweet note into it that it overpowers what you have here. So it's about ensuring that you're testing your casks regularly, making sure you're getting the highest quality that you can. And this one is bourbon and Marsala influence. We go probably around 9 months in the Marsala cask, but when I say months, to be honest, we're testing them regular. Whenever it's ready, that's when we take them out.
Yeah, very, very good. Now, if I remember correctly, you use corn and not wheat for this maize.
Other way around.
Oh, okay. You use wheat.
So most places will use corn.
Yep.
The only thing is when you're using corn, you're talking about French maize.
Right.
You're not possibly Russian maize.
Okay.
So we decided to be more authentically Irish, and we just went local, and that's why we use Irish wheat.
Oh, okay, very good. See, I forgot that. Price point, a little bit less.
And no, 40. Still looking around the 40 mark. It's a single, so it's just on that premium level. So that's what you're looking with that.
Excellent.
That's
very,
it.
Very good.
And that's the range we have now. Of course, we have been working with quite a lot of other stuff as well. So we've got some things coming out.
Watch this, please.
Yeah, we've got it. So this year, for instance, we're going to have our small batch pot still coming out. Next year, we're looking at doing a small batch in our malt and also our grain. We've got a lot going on and a few other projects on hand. So yeah, you're right. Keep an eye out. You're going to see a lot coming from the Busker.
All right,
thebusker.com.
And if you want to visit the distillery?
Not at the moment.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
okay.
we closed down for public access for the moment because, to be honest, I usually do all of the tours. I'm traveling the world. I'm bringing the whiskey to the masses, not just here today at Whiskey Live, which we love doing, but also all around the world globally. So we've got a lot going on with that. I'd say keep an eye out as well, because we do have a project in mind where we're going to go back to doing some tours in the future. So
it's one
we'll
of
let
the
you
most
know.
beautiful distilleries of Ireland.
Look, it is. It's absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. I mean, even before you get to the distillery, you pass all you need.
Just the road
Everything
to the
is there.
distillery. Beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah, very,
Beautiful
very
spot.
good. All right, WhiskyJason here together with
Woody Kane from Royal Oak Distillery, the Busker Irish Whiskey. Thanks so much.